Nigerians, will you please go to Nigeria? Zimbabweans, will you please go to Zimbabwe? Maputo must go to Maputoans. We are hardwall in our South Africa. Our South Africa is rotting because of Nigerians giving our children drugs. We are sick and tired.
They even went to the hospital. We are going to be seeing a lot of video, a lot of evidence that the South African people are telling the family to leave their country. They are telling Zimbabwe people, Nigeria and other countries to leave their country. My main thing,
if you know that you are not a South African citizen, may you please stand up and leave our hospital.
Those foreigners that are having.
Thank you very much. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. If you are not a South African citizen, please leave our hospital. You need to go and seek medical attention from a private facility, not here anymore.
We are supporting March in March organization. We have started already here to activate hospitals, and the message is very clear. We don't want foreign nationals, documents, no documents.
This is specifically to the MECs of Health and the Minister of Health. Stop threatening us with prison. Stop threatening us with prison. It's either you join us in this fight, not unless. Good morning, my good doctors. How are you? How are you, my good doctors? Anyone who's not a South African citizen, just because of this side, please stabilize them. After they've been stabilized, you can discharge them. These people, they have too much privileges to have files in our hospital. It ends here and it ends now. It's a public, it's a South African public hospital. Anyone who's not a South African citizen here may please be stabilized. After that, they leave our hospital.
I just want to send a big thank you to our Patriotic Alliance team. We've been working well together before we even met each other, and now we get to meet each other and continue the patriotic work that we're doing.
My good doctors, may you please stabilize all the foreign nationals. After they've been stabilized, can you please discharge them? They need to go seek medical attention from a private facility, not here. The Constitution allows that. Immigration Act 13 of 2002, Section 17, it simply states that a foreign national needs to have a medical permit and it needs to go to a private facility. You are a refugee. You came here legally. They could have directed you to the camp. So they could have, whoever who allowed you to be a refugee here, not unless you bought your documents. So whoever who allowed you here.
Whose problem is it? South Africa doesn't even have a single.
Whose
doesn't have a refugee camp.
I'm not in the camp. Okay. Whose problem is it? If I'm not. Let me answer you then.
Who's the camps I can go to?
Okay.
Which country do you come from?
I'm from Congo.
Congo.
You're from Congo. What is the nearest country to Congo? If you're seeking refuge in South Africa, because according to foreign policy,
you're supposed to go
must
to
migrate to them.
So
you cannot come to South Africa, seek refuge in a wrong country, and ask us silly questions, ma'am.
No, the government.
Which government?
The government.
Which government? Which government you're talking about?
Let me tell you something. Shh. Keep quiet. We don't have time to reason with foreigners. Leave, my guy.
Let's go, ma'am.
No.
Let's go, ma'am.
Shush. Leave.
Let's go.
We don't reason with foreigners. We don't want the
You ran away from your problems. You came here. You have your own government. Go vote there. We are not going to stop. We are not going to tone down the heat. We are going to intensify.
When you get well, when you get off that hospital bed, just look at it. Next time when you come, when you want services,
there won't be a next time. There won't be a next time.
You must go to a private clinic or a private hospital. When you get well from our hospital bed, do not come back here. Here, we only allow South Africans only. All hospitals, all public hospitals in KZN, all public clinics in KZN are for South Africans only. Do not ever come back here when you get well.
In addition to that, my good doctors, after you release these people, you can write them their scripts, but they're not going to use our pharmacy. They must get their medication from private hospitals or from pharmacies, registered pharmacies. No one will get any medication from our hospital if you know that you're not a South African citizen. The whole of South Africa, it's a crime scene, and we are on the verge of war. It's either the government do the right things and all the patriots, please, let's fight for our country because we are on the verge of losing our country. I guess everything is clear. And my good doctors and good nurses, from now onward, you are not going to see anyone, whether they have asylum permit or whatever. Anyone who does not produce a 13-digit ID that ends with a number that starts with a 08 and another number, you don't see those people. You only see those. But if a person don't have a 13-digit ID that ends with 08 and another number, you don't see that person anymore. The constitution of this country allows that. No foreign national will get medical help from this hospital as of now. If anyone here is a foreigner, please stabilize them and release them out of our hospital. We'll be outside and we are coming to check.
And next time they won't even gain entry. We will be stationed outside.
Every day.
We started at King Dinuzulu Hospital this morning and we have moved to Eddington Clinic, where we continue with the operation and to ensure compliance. Like I said, we don't want foreigners in our public healthcare facilities, be it the hospitals or clinics. They must go use or utilize private hospitals.
From now on, just know that you must prepare your home country to receive you. So, yeah, KZN is for South Africans.
I just want to get it out there. KZN, please expect the unexpected, because we are not backing down for no one. Mr. President, we're not backing down. SAPS, we're not backing down. Metro, we're not backing down. We are going forward, march and march until we win.
I think some of you might sit and watch this wherever you're watching it from and think it's easy. It's really not. And we need as many of you to come on board as possible, because there's a serious problem that we have in the country. And some of you might look at this and think it's just clinics or healthcare. It's bigger than that. It's much bigger than that. It's giving dignity to South Africans who come to hospitals and clinics, to not come here and spend the whole day trying to get attention, you know. We've got a lot of people who are on medical aid and don't have to be, really. You can always be a South African and practice patriotism. So don't only want to reap the rewards of what we're doing today, but also be a part of it. So we're calling each and every one of you to also play your part in your communities. You don't even have to join us. Just in your community, make sure you are not buying from illegal immigrants. You're not investing in their businesses. You're not compromising yourself by giving them your IDs, your documents, your place of residence. And you're not assisting them in any way, because that is a crime, by the way, that you are committing. So we're very happy to see more and more patriots on the ground speaking the same message. And we're very happy to see the team, Victoria, Trevor, Tabo, everyone here, all the way from Johannesburg to help us and spread the message.
Operation Dudula is playing with your life. Chasing away undocumented immigrants from our hospitals and clinics is going to backfire very badly. Operation Dudula is manufacturing South Africa's next pandemic, and nobody is stopping them. You don't have to be a genius to see where this is going. When you block people from getting treated for infectious diseases such as TB, HIV, or COVID, these diseases will spread in your community. These people are not going to leave the country just because you prevented them from accessing our hospitals. They will stay, and a lot of them live right next door to you. So when they get sick from a new disease, guess who's going to catch it next? Our townships are going to become breeding grounds for diseases which are resistant to antibiotics. These are illnesses we won't be able to treat with regular medication. The township will be filled with sick, untreated people with contagious diseases. Operation Dudula is going to turn the most densely populated places in South Africa into biohazards. The next deadly disease is not going to come from China. It's going to come from Soweto, Deep Sloot, or Tembisa, because some of you thought that kicking out sick people from our hospitals was a smart idea. This is not xenophobia anymore. What Operation Dudula is doing should be classified as biological terrorism. So when the next outbreak begins, don't act confused. Don't look for someone to scapegoat. Just look in the mirror and say, "Thank you, Dudula. You gave us this disease. You wanted to see undocumented immigrants suffer? Well, congratulations. Now we're all going to suffer. And I hope it was worth it. You don't hate illegal immigration. You hate black people. If this was really about illegal immigration, you'd be angry with the illegal immigrants from Holland who arrived in this country uninvited, stayed without our permission, and stole our land. You say it's not the same because we didn't have immigration laws back then. But you also claim South Africa has always had borders. Explain how a country can have borders without laws. If there were no laws, then there were no borders. And if there were no borders, then no black person is illegal on African soil. So what are you actually protecting? You're protecting imaginary lines that were drawn up by colonizers who didn't even recognize you as a human being. And now you're using their maps to decide who belongs in this country. They stole the land, wrote their own laws, and what did South Africans do after apartheid? We let them stay. We rewarded them with citizenship. Nobody got deported back to Holland. So why is it that when we suggest documenting black immigrants, suddenly it's a problem? When Malema says, document these people, you say, we can't reward criminal behavior. But we already did that. We already rewarded the biggest criminals in this country's history. White people came here illegally and got rewarded with farms, beachfront properties, and generational wealth. After apartheid, no land was expropriated. We let them keep it. Nobody went to jail. You gave white illegal immigrants land, and all we want to do is give black illegal immigrants documents, which are just pieces of paper, by the way. But even that is unacceptable. This country worships whiteness. If a Nigerian did what Jan van Riebeeck and his friends did, you guys would start a war. But when white foreigners steal from you, you forgive and forget, because deep down you're scared. So now you act tough by bullying people with less power than you. You think harassing black foreigners makes you patriotic? Well, it doesn't. It just makes you look like a coward with selective outrage, bullied by white people and too scared to fight back. So now you flex your muscles on poor black immigrants because they're the only people you can win a fight against. You're angry with undocumented black immigrants, but you're okay living alongside the descendants of Dutch settlers who came here illegally and stole everything from you. You say we can't tolerate disrespect from foreigners. You mean the same disrespect you've been tolerating from white settlers for generations. What a joke.
We want to understand from SA government, Hori, why is it that they are giving people from Bangladesh asylum seeker permits in South Africa? Because according to foreign policy, an asylum seeker must migrate to the nearest country. So why would you, as a government official, see it fit to grant asylum seeker permits and refugee permits to people that are coming all the way from Bangladesh? Because us as South Africa, we were supposed to host people that are coming from a country that is in a state of war or civil war that comes from SADC region, not Bangladesh.
They take 2 to 3 hours for visa transport. If they want to get transport at the same time, get a car go the other shop or the other bottle store. But they took long with that transport because never saw with that transport. That's why they said, whenever we can go home, resire to the other shops. Why? Because of never saw with that transport. But if back never corner back never with the transport, but they should not attend the other shops. It's not the first time we're doing it every day, countrywide. So if you know how to pick up guys, the Alina 1, 2, 3 documents on Alina write out the rekisemo community how le Dudula, how le Patriotic Alliance, more community the community. Yeah, but these people have we want to own our things, we want to run our shops. Understand? Yes. 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 Okay. It's like that. Even owners of the shop, they want us to do that. Marona fika mobona kibona baba ring. Rona aralibita ba emela batho ba ha. why in bona ba re bitsa it's only this shop, it's not only this shop. They wasted time, more time. They wasted 3 hours unnecessary.
I want to understand that from the police, or if ever a foreign national who operator a store, a visa, a ring, number one is an asylum seeker, visa ring.